Wolves at the Gates, Counterfeit. Wolves at the Gates have released a new album called Eclipse. I had a chance to check it out. It gives off a very nice and familiar metalcore vibes. Counterfeit is a heavy melodic metalcore track that you would imagine while saying heavy and melodic. Great pacing and awesome sounding mix. I recommend the whole album for a listen, but this song in particular. Termina, Lucid. A new music project from my fellow YouTubers Nick Nocturnal and Andy Cizek. I couldn't record a review for this song in the time because of some personal reasons, but when I finally got to listening to that track, I was very surprised by how professional it sounded and how everything is nicely defined. The vocals sound great especially, but sometimes a little too high compared to the rest of the mix. Overall, this is a decent track with an awesome main melody. Northlane, Eclipse. Want some disco gent metal? I know you do. This song right here is an example of a very, very crazy experiment with absolutely zero fucks given. Especially love the concept of the music video, where Bloodline was told from a perspective of an abused boy and Eclipse is told from an opposite perspective of the abuser. Thus, where the weirdness of the sound comes from, everything seems very muffled and crazy, as if we're drunk or high while listening to this. Is this a weird song? Absolutely. Is it a good one? Absolutely. Crown the Empire, Red Pills. This is one of the great Linkin Park sounding ronk songs from a former metalcore band. I have a review up on the channel of the album overall and a Patreon exclusive full album reaction on my Patreon. This one has a very tasty sound, great work with melody, and awesome sounding vocals. If you're a fan of that, check this one out. You're not gonna regret it. Gideon, Take Me. I have missed this band's two singles in the beginning of the year. When I got to them, I was blown away by the heaviness and absolute bang produced by those songs. Take Me is a bit different in a sense that it's much more melodic, but it doesn't lose the heaviness. For the most part, it's just 3 minutes of absolute hardcore pure destruction. This is a complete chaos, but in a very, very good way.
Cut me deep so I can feel you.
Being as an Ocean, Play Pretend. Despite being a letdown in terms of lyric structure and concept of the song, Play Pretend is still a very well written rock song from one of the more unique bands of our time. It has great mix, a bit overtuned vocals, but overall deserves a sweet spot in my playlist for some reason. From the bands like Being as an Ocean, you would expect something less generic and more unique, but you know, check it out. Maybe it will have a nice sweet spot in your playlist as well.
We're singing it's nothing, but we can feel it all the way down, giving up on hoping that our feet.
Thy Art is Murder, Eternal Suffering. This is hands down my favorite track on Thy Art's new album. It's dramatic, heavy. I wish they did something a bit more than just overused deathcore verses, but the song works and sounds great. Check it out for yourself for some quality deathcore. Of Mice and Men, Earth and Sky. A new single from Of Mice and Men was a surprising departure from the other two we've had this year. The song feels very classic metalcore, and it also finally features some great clean chorus, something that we didn't get in previous two singles. Very excited for the new album that comes out this September, and I'm hoping for a bit more complicated songs, I guess. But in general, I just hope for a very well-written music. Something that Of Mice and Men usually had in the past. Slipknot's Solway Firth. A new Slipknot song is simply 6 minutes of absolute destruction, groove and thrash. This one is a lot different from Unsainted, but it also has a lot more vibes of classic, brutal Slipknot. Only reinforces that the new album is really gonna be something that we are all expecting, something that we all are going to be satisfied with. Go check it out. Needless to say. Killswitch Engage, I Am Broken Too. This one was not as heavy and brutal and groovy as I initially thought it would be. And while I was a little disappointed at first, the song grew in me really well, now even like it a little more than Unleashed. It is a nice, light and very warm feeling song with some great lyrics. Killswitch is screwing with weird time signatures again, and it's just awesome. The only criticism I have for the song is that it's too damn short. It's just too short.
You feel me, that